Hi everyone, it's Michelle Howe. Would like to share on a topic today that's near and dear to my heart. I have noticed in the last week um, negative talk about being an empath, negative talk about my ailments, my this, my that, that's happening and this is happening. The perception of the word empath, the perception that we're sponges, we're weak, don't know our identity, we don't know this, we don't know that. I would just like to bring everyone's attention to the fact that what we think impacts us, all right, but it also impacts the other people around us, all right? It also impacts other empaths. So I have seen this now, almost like an identity that we're wearing, that empaths are weak, that empaths don't know who they are, that empaths are sponging this, they're wounded, they're this, there's something wrong with them. I am sorry, you guys. Empath or no empath, everybody is struggling in some way. And I know that there's a certain theme to maybe we have some similar struggles to one another. I get that. I just don't want us feeding the cosmos, the collective, and with how weak and lesser than and wounded we are. That is not who we are. That is not what's happening here. We're learning about how energy management, how energy impacts us, why we don't quite feel up to par sometimes, why we're confused at times, and we're becoming stronger within that awareness, stronger within skills that we're putting forth on the table. So it's really disempowering when I hear when I hear us put others down. when I hear that projection out about what an empath really is, because at the end of the day, an empath is one of the strongest people that I know. They are more open than others. Their surrounding aura is more fluid. They're more connected to spirit than other people are. They're more connected to understand other people in an environment. And because that oneness, that unity consciousness that comes so easy to us is not typical, because what's around us is a bunch of people that don't know what their emotions are, that are not connected, it puts us at a disadvantage as far as we feel alone. We feel confused. Nobody quite understands us. And let me tell you, people will understand when you understand yourself. When you can explain what something is, then that is powerful. When you just come from a place that you don't know, like you could be doing that to yourself and making it worse. All right. So it's called empowerment. Empowerment, my friends, empowerment. You step into your power. You step into your knowing. You step into protect, defend, assert, speak. That is a place you can be at. And well, my daughter's playing the flute. I don't know if you can hear her, but she is. Instead of the energy coming into you and you reaching out for the energy, create the energy, sustain the energy within you. Get so strong about you. That goes out, not the other way around. That goes out. All right. And when you're engaging with other people, sure, there's a certain amount of exchange. But if you have a really strong container of what is you and who you are, nothing is taking you down. And I also say this because sometimes we feel like other people have all the answers for us, other people this, other people that, other people see, blah, blah, blah. We have to be really, really, really careful, because everybody that you talk to, everybody in this planet, I don't care what the outside looks like, what they, what they're asserting, what they're sending out, what they know, like similar to what I'm doing right now with you. You have to get there. It's not what they want for you. It's not what they think. It's what you think. So find the right person to help activate those parts of you and encourage you to strengthen up. It's like you're strengthening up the system and you're overflowing with you. Not them, not others, with you. Right? And if you need help from there, fine. Find an empath healer, but be very careful because I have seen empaths, teachers, healers. No, what they're doing is a power play. What they're doing is a power play. And you could be giving your energy away to them and they're injecting you with a bunch of them and then they're leaving. They're giving you all these. No, it's you. So I'm very careful, and you have to trust what you feel. You have to trust what you feel. And that trusting what you feel is not an easy thing because we want validation. We think there's, we don't understand why we feel certain ways. Our mind wants to know. Well, if your mind wants to know, then your mind needs to get trained to trust yourself and what you know. So you take programs from me or other teachers, you start to fortify what is you and who you are. And you start to recognize the landscape around us. The landscape around us, people love to fool other people, love to snow us. They love to project on us. They love all these things that they themselves are mixed up. So you can't necessarily get that from another person. You have to get that from you. So you have to find someone who can hold a really strong space for you and a strong example of what that is. So you're not needing of them. You're being what you need to be, and that's good enough. And that works. I've seen way too many people who project their stuff, their negative stuff, on other people. And these are coaches, these are teachers, these are every single human on this planet creates their own little universe of thoughts and beliefs and everything else. So if your thoughts and beliefs are not that strong and you feel victimized and you feel like you need this and you need that, let me tell you, you don't need thing outside of you. You need you inside of you stronger. So there is a path. There is a way of getting there. I have a formula for it. It's called the HOWE formula. HOWE, Michelle Howe. The HOWE formula. Healthy oneness for wisdom and empowerment. Healthy oneness. Your one has to come together. And then you got it. But codependence, no. Not happening. Not in this lifetime. Not happening. Stop believing all the things you read, all the things people tell you, all the things blah, blah, blah. You could end up creating some crazy scheme of what you think is right and wrong with you every step of the way and never get to the oneness that is you. The oneness that is you. Okay, I don't know how to say that better at this point, but I wanted to send that out to, people in my group, people that follow me, because it's you. You're important. You matter. You matter. And yeah, you live with other people and you care about other people, but you are that tree. You need to be the strongest version of you that can bend, but you need to know who that is. Otherwise, everyone's coming and putting something on your tree. No, step back and away. All right? There's no time for insecurity. There's no time for resentment, self-sabotage. Those are all very real things in the human condition. And the more we wake up, stop. See the nonsense and step back and away. And, you know, I know the natural tendency is to think, to want to have more, to want the answer, to want to think, blah, blah. What is this? Does it make sense? Does it? Stop. Stop. Because at the end of the day, that's just more in your head and more and more. And some of it, yes, is going to be helpful. But I'm coming from an empath perspective. It clouds the mind. There is so much stuff out there. And every one of us needs to create our own little universe and be comfortable with what that is. Even if other people don't see it as a positive, you can see it as a positive and love what that is. So, in conclusion, you have to be true to you. You have to know who you is. And that doesn't come from other people, it comes from you. So, I'm doing empowerment circles. It's just a limited time. I'm looking for 2 more people to be part of that. So if that is, it starts next Thursday in March, the first Thursday in March. It goes for 3 weeks. Let me know. If not, get a hold of me before then. I have a program that is starting in May. I have a masterclass in March. So look up Empath Evolution and take a peek. And I'm a no-nonsense kind of a teacher. I tell it to you like it is. I can channel the higher vibrations. I can help you clear your energy body. I can help you get strong in who you are, if that's what you want. Okay? I can help you look at the things about yourself that feel too delicate or feel wounded and not fall down and not be able to get back up. You'll be fine. You are not your emotions. They're simply things that you need to learn to navigate and clear and release and allow. All right? And if you've stuffed them, you know there's an issue. You know that they're there and they're going to come back at some point with a vengeance because you've stuffed them away. You haven't really cared about what they are. Right? So, as a telemarketer tries to get a hold of me, stop. I hope this was helpful in some way. I mean, basic things for empaths, always, all right? 3 things. Meditation. Meditate. Okay? It will help you. 2, move. Exercise. Move your body. I don't care what kind of exercise you put in there, but move your body. Okay? And 3, ground. What does that mean, ground? Stop being up here all the time. Get down. Put your hands on the ground. Settle down. You know what I mean? So that you're not spinning a lot, as opposed to you're tethered to the earth. You're here. You feel concrete. You feel empowered. The stronger we can do that, the more we can do that, the better things are. Okay. Well, I've said enough. I want to thank you for following this page. And if there are any questions or any topics you guys would like me to cover, I am more than happy to put them in my list of topics and cover them for you. In weekly, I will put these posts out there, and I hope you enjoy them. All right. Take care.